There are a lot of people ready to start a fashion business, and some of them have experience in the fashion industry, some don't. But even with some level of experience, it can feel overwhelming. Not only is it a lot to delve into being an entrepreneur, but the fashion industry can be a crazy, cutthroat place to be. So, experience or not, you're gonna want some help. Now, I've talked a little about starting a fashion line and being an entrepreneur in this video. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. But because there's so much to think about when you're starting a fashion business, I wanted to give a little roadmap to help you focus on the most important aspects to move your brand forward. Who's your customer? Do you even know who you're selling to? Where are they? What city and state does he or she or they live in? Where do they hang out? What are they doing on a Saturday night? You need to be super clear on who wants what you've got and why. What's making them stop the scroll? And if they scroll right past your site or your ad, why'd they do that? And here's something that for a lot of us might seem counterintuitive, but you want to focus on one person. If you were like me and learned about customer profiles in school, we created a range of people who would buy our products. And you do want more than one person buying your product. But even if a girl who happened to be visiting your town came upon your line and bought a piece, or your cousin's aunt decided she was going to buy a top from you, you can't sustain your business with one-offs. You have to know who that person is that is obsessed with your product, your aesthetic, your story, and they keep coming back season after season because they just have to have what you offer. That's your avatar, and that's who's going to help you build your business. Your challenge is to find that person, find that community. As I like to say, find your people. I mentioned this in a previous video. What makes you so special? You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you do need to uniquely solve a problem. There are so many t-shirt brands out right now. Honestly, I silently roll my eyes every time I see another one. But because I am a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl, I'm still looking because I need a solution to my problem. I want cute and unique tees that fit me and my aesthetic. So I still look for new t-shirt brands all the time. And the ones that make me stop scrolling are the ones who are unique and have a point of view. They're doing t-shirts their way and unlike every other brand out there. So before you start your brand, ask yourself, how can you be unique while solving your customer's problem? Having a strong why really helps you sell your product to customers. A brand story is a great marketing tactic, and it helps your brand resonate that much more with the person buying your line. It'll also help you sell your brand to potential employees or investors. Knowing and understanding the why behind your brand can again resonate with someone choosing to work with you or choosing to give you money for your business. And the stronger it is, the more passionate you can be when you convey it to other people. You'll also sometimes need that strong why to sell yourself. When you've had a bad meeting with investors who just didn't get your vision, or a bad customer review, or an employee who just quit, you're going to need to go back to that why when you're asking yourself, wait, why did I start this fashion brand? Going back to your why will remind you of your long-term vision and that today was just a bad day. You had one bad meeting, you have hundreds of other positive reviews, and that employee needs to go anyway. And tomorrow is another day. According to SBA stats, the average income of a small business with no employees is around $46,000. 2/3 of those earn less than $25,000. However, that number jumps to $387,000 with just 1 to 4 employees. And that one person could be your spouse or your bestie, your sibling, a parent, your child. There's a lot to do as a small business owner, and it may feel even more overwhelming when you're a designer who just wants to create. So enlist the help of a family member who's great at management or your kid who's great at posting on social media, or your parent who was really good at making $1 out of 15 cents when you were a kid. They may not know everything just yet, and neither will you. There's a lot you're going to learn on this journey, but having some help will get you there a lot faster and more profitably. The other thing I talked about in my previous video was just having a support team who can help you through those rough patches, because there's going to be some. Help you remember why you decided to do this in the first place, and also give you a high five or applause when things go right. That person, those people are just as necessary to your team as the extra set of hands. And actually, in the beginning, they're probably even more important. There are a lot of ways for you to start a business that don't require as much money as it once did years ago. So no, you may not need as much money to start a business. But I've heard people say you don't need any money, and that's not entirely true. You may not be spending money on actual business operations, but you do need money for personal operations. How are you paying rent or the mortgage, feeding yourself, feeding your family? How are you keeping the lights on or the internet going? And something most people don't think about, you need a cash runway so you don't have to think about how am I going to pay for life. So you can just focus on building your business. If you're worried about all the other things, building that business is going to be that much harder. And that's not to say that a founder never has that worry. I mean, you always need money. But as a founder, you try to minimize the external things you need to worry about so that you can focus just on the business. Worrying about how your business is going to stay afloat and how you're going to pay the mortgage is not fun. So if possible, before you quit your job to go full-time in your business, or you're working full-time and your fashion brand is your side hustle right now, try to save as much money as you can. The rule used to be 2 to 3 months of living expenses. Now, most people will say 6 to 8 months, and I would suggest a year if possible. And that's not including what you want to save to operate your business. The more money you can save, the less personal stress you'll have, and the more you can focus on your new clothing line. This is important for all of us, but it's particularly important for those of you who are new to fashion. Make sure you stay on top of what's happening in the industry so you know how it's shifting and where you might fit in. Your brand idea might be something that's part of an industry trend that's on the come up. And ultimately, that means that now is a great time to start your business and really get your brand out there. Similarly, if your idea is something that is downtrending, you might want to rethink starting your business with that idea. A great resource for this is the Business of Fashion. They're always on the cusp of what's happening in the industry, and when you subscribe, you're able to choose different categories that you want to see more of, so you have a curated experience. And P.S., you can get a trial subscription for 30 days for $1. Business operations is just a fancy way of saying, this is how we do things around here. It's like that employee manual you get when you start a new job. And the best way to get your business operating efficiently is to set up systems. Systems are simply a list of tasks or procedures or processes to achieve a specific objective. First do this, then you do this, then you do this. It could be templates or written instructions for how to do your posts on social media, the process for creating a new blog entry, or what steps you take to promote a video after you've released it on YouTube. The point is to help make it easier and more efficient for you to operate day to day, especially if you're a team of one and doing all the things. And it can help you free up more time to create and to focus on driving more sales. When it comes to starting a fashion brand, any business really, there are a million things that you have to think about, but there's really only a few that are of immediate importance so that you can learn or figure out or hire someone for the rest of it. And focusing on just those things initially can help set you up for success so that as you learn and build your team to help you with the things you're not an expert at, your brand can keep moving forward. Thanks for watching today's video. If you are new to digital fashion design or you're new to the fashion industry and you need someone to help you build your roadmap to your new brand, make sure you check out the links in the description to take a class with me or schedule a call so we can chat. I've also got some great freebies that you can take advantage of. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time.